Hey there! I am going to show you a very cool chess problem that was composed by Sam Loyd, who is arguably the best chess puzzle composer who ever lived. And the task is this. Place the black king somewhere on the board so that white can force checkmate in 3 moves. Okay, and amazingly the solution is unique. There's only one legal square where you can place the black king that will allow white to force mate in 3 moves. So pause the video now if you'd like to try to solve this on your own, and I'll go over the solution now. Okay, so what's a good way to approach this puzzle? Well, the board is wide open, which means that if we try to place the black king toward the center of the board, it'll have way too much breathing room. And there's no way that white is going to be able to hunt down a king that has that's right out in the open like that in just 3 moves. So we want to find a spot on the board that restricts the king's mobility as much as possible. And where is that? Well, the edge of the board is a natural place to look because there are naturally fewer escape squares for pieces on the edge of the board. We can also look close to white's pawn chain on the 2nd rank because these are guarding all the squares on the 3rd rank. And in fact, with this reasoning, it already leads us to only 2 squares on the chessboard where the black king would have the fewest number of escape squares starting out. That's a4 and h4. Because from both of these squares, black's king would only have 3 possible escape squares that are not covered by the white pawns. And one of these is actually the right answer. So the solution to this puzzle is place the king on h4. Okay, so where is the mate in 3? Well, white's first move, take a moment if you want to think about it, how would white force mate in 3 in this position? So the key idea again is the name of the game with this puzzle is keep black's king from escaping. So white's first move is going to be d4, and the idea is that this bishop covers all of these dark squares, and in particular the g5 square, so that the king can't flee that way. And now the king actually only has 2 legal moves, g4 and h5, so let's suppose that the king moves to g4. Then white continues with pawn to e4, that's a check, and now white's bishop and queen are doing an admirable job at cutting off squares from this king, but also very importantly with this move is that the e4 pawn covers the critical square on f5. So black actually only has 1 legal move left in this position, moving to h4, and then white finishes him with the beautiful checkmate pawn to g3. Very nice. Okay, so let's backtrack a little. What if instead of going to g4 in this position, black chose h5? So now the same move won't work. e4 won't work because then black can escape to the g6 square. And now suddenly it's getting access to all this open space and we're not going to be able to catch it. There's no mate in 1 in this position. So instead, again, the name of the game is keeping the black king from escaping, and this is the square that is closest, that is uncovered and closest to the center of the board. So white's move is queen to d3. Gorgeous. Okay, and now black's king is in trouble. There are only 2 legal moves for the black king, and whichever one it chooses, it is going to find mate via queen to h3, checkmate. Again, a very nice checkmate and a very cool puzzle. And I think it's neat that this is a unique solution to this puzzle. So if the king started out on a4, actually the fastest forced mate in this position, it takes white 5 moves. And anywhere else, and it's going to take a lot longer. So for example, if you start the king out on f4, then it would take white a full 9 moves to force a checkmate from this position. And fascinatingly, the key move in this position is pawn to a4. And so I'll let you explore that one on your own. So I hope you enjoyed this unusual puzzle, and thanks for watching.